Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. KFARR back again. Once again, this is going to be a video that a few people have sent me so far asking for my take, and it's going to take place in Mexico. So this is going to be Gavin Syme. I'm probably butchering that. I've been told he's a sovereign citizen type person. His videos, not this video, but his more popular videos, he schools officers, owns officers, how to refuse officers, yada yada. But we're going to look at his latest few videos and his about section. I'm going to read this first before we get into the video. These are his stories. He's a director of photography, opinionated human rights activist, adventurer, and survivor of the U.S.'s third world justice system. And even if you go to his homepage, his first video over here, we're going to pause this because I'm not trying to hear that shit. My family are now refugees from the U.S. and here's how. What? That's the most sovereign citizen thing I've ever seen. And with all that being said, let's jump into the video.
¿Quieres extorsionarme?
Aquí tengo dinero para darte a ti. Aquí.
Ah, sí, pues dámelo. ¿Tú tienes identificación?
No, identificación no. Tuya.
No, you have to give identification for la 43 de México Federal. Tu identificación.
Ok. Pero el vehículo es tuyo.
Sí.
Ok, tus placas son falsas.
No.
Necesito saber por qué traes esas placas.
Esos.
Sí.
La gente se roban las placas. Tengo la original. Pero esos son la de plástico.
No, pero ¿por qué haces eso?
Porque la gente se roban las placas. Sí. O la...
Traer la placa original.
No, porque se robó.
Es un delito.
No, eso no es delito.
Documentos falsos o
No.
Entonces, ¿por qué traes esas placas falsas?
No son falsas. Son eso.
No, las que traes tú para circular.
Because the gente steal them. They steal them.
¿Es qué?
Todavía no me muestras identificación. ¿Cómo se llama tú?
Ulises García.
Tu identificación, porfa.
¿Para qué quieres mi identificación?
Porque es la ley.
¿Por qué?
Es delito.
¿Cuál es el delito?
Por tú.
No. Ya me estoy identificando contigo.
Ley
Ya
43.
te estoy haciendo saber el por
No.
qué.
Your identification real.
Necesito que...
Necesito tu identificación. Tu identificación, amigo.
necesito que te identifiques o alguna
Tu primera.
licencia o
Tu
algo.
primera es la ley.
No, yo soy la autoridad. Yo te estoy...
No, tú no eres autoridad. Tú
No,
eres...
estamos jugando, ¿no? O sea...
No es un juego. ¿Cómo se llama? 43.
Escúchame.
43 de Ley Seguridad Nacional.
So as you guys know at this point, I'm a father of about 1 million. The fact that these people keep trying to do this shit with their kids in the car is absolutely disturbing to me.
Tienes que darme tu
Me estoy
identificación.
identificando contigo.
Tu tarjeta es en la ley. La ley no es una discusión. Tú no entiendes. La ley, la ley es muy clear. Sí, pero ¿qué quieres? Yo quiero tu identificación real por contabilidad, porque me estás molestando, me estás acosando.
Sí es delito.
No es delito.
Es como si trajera placas falsas.
No es en placas falsas. Si quieres, infraccionarme. Pero, ¿cómo necesitan 20? Hay tanta delincuencia en San Juan. ¿Y tienes cuánto? 20 policía. Hay asesinatos, hay, ¿cómo se llama? Ladrones. Toda la policía de San Juan está aquí. Él comete delito cuando no identifican oficialmente. Eso es delito federal.
Artículo 3, capítulo 3, artículo 234. Uso de documentación falsos o alterados. Al que haga uso de documentos falsos.
No es esta ley por placas.
Para obtener
No, eso no es.
Este es un documento.
No, hay una otra ley sobre las placas. No es un delito. No, eso es mentiras. Eso es mentiras. Yo has visto la ley.
Soy mentiroso entonces.
Sí,
Está
eres.
bien fácil, pues.
Intento de ser amable, pero me
Nosotros
estás.
también somos amables.
Y te muestra.
Falta el respeto,
No,
nadie te ha faltado.
mi falta de respeto porque es un delito que no se identifica. Entonces él también comete un delito federal. Porque no identifica. Vamos a llevar a la fiscalía porque yo quiero denunciar también. ¿Por qué quieres llevar él a la fiscalía? Yo a la fiscalía, pero él no, cuando él comete un delito.
Things you guys might not know about me. I understand about this much Spanish. I learned a little bit of Spanish because I was traveling to Mexico for vacation, and I didn't want to get jumped without knowing I was going to get jumped first. I learned 2 things in Cancun. 1, they played with the law extremely loose like it was the 70s and 80s America. 2nd, iguanas are the squirrels of Cancun, so there's that. They're playing the law extremely loose. Is it a federal crime for them not to ID? Maybe. Is it a crime for them not to stop what they're doing in the middle of gathering information at a traffic stop to ID? It's probably not a crime to do that. You can probably wait till after the stop and say, here's my card, blah, blah, blah. My badge number and name is on the ticket as well. Have fun with that. Is he forging documents? He made fake plates. Are the fake plates accurate? Who knows? We don't get to see him. I don't believe. Well, up until this point, we don't get to see him. Is he someone that shows sovereign citizen tendencies in not just this video, but in other videos? Yes. So for all we know, those copied real plates, because they steal them, could say private, but in Spanish.
Espérame. Amigo.
Ya, amigo, ya te dimos mucho chance.
Oye.
Sí, la verdad, ya te dimos mucho
Estamos
chance.
hablando.
No, ya es mucho chance, la verdad. Baja del vehículo. Baja del vehículo. Asegúrenlo, vamos a ponerlo a disposición de la fiscalía. Ya estuvo. Es mucho chance lo que se le está dando. Es mucho hablar, ya se lo explicó. Ya, de favor, señorita, descienda del vehículo también. De la misma manera se lo pido atentamente. Descienda del vehículo. Mija, van a revisar el vehículo, por favor, en presencia tuya, que todo esté en orden.
Ya lo comenté, ya lo platiqué con el comandante, con el encargado del área, y me dice que ahorita se va a dar a la tarea de buscar el vehículo, de corroborar qué oficiales lo remitieron y por qué motivo no han traído aquí la papelería.
No, identificación no. Tuya.
Ya.
Amigo.
Bájate.
Ya, amigo, ya te dimos mucho chance.
Oye.
Sí, la verdad.
No, identificación no. Tuya.
After being in jail for a few hours, what actually happened, and here, speaking of Mexican jails, obviously these vary. Obviously, cops abuse people here. Normally, as I've told you before, you can stand up for yourself. Now, certainly, I would have been charged with more for the same discussion in the U.S. No law was being broken.
All right, buckle up. This is going to be a long-winded one. So I left that little clip in there of him talking right after the stop or after getting ripped out, because it says donate link in the description to help me sue the Mexico police. Nailed it, bud. Nailed it. I was going to let him explain this next part, but because I don't know him from a hole in the wall, I don't want to get struck from good old Mexico. It's not exactly a place I want to go fight somebody, so not going to do that. But he did translate Article 9, which is basically the license plate code. It says you have to have a plate on the front and back. Okay, cool. He says he has a plate that's a copy, that's laminated. That's incorrect, but okay, we'll keep going. He says that I can't get over this because it's like a policy or a rule that I necessarily don't disagree with. I thought it was criminal stealing his plates or others' plates so that they wouldn't have to plate stolen vehicles and such. They could just throw a fake plate on there and, kind of get by for a little while. Nope, it's the officers will pull you over or write you a ticket and take your plate, therefore making you take care of said ticket. He even says in the video he doesn't like that, so he put those on the back so they can ticket him all day, take those plates, and whatever. So I'm not going to say America should adopt that rule, but that sure shit would make sure people took care of their tickets.
This guy, this cop, this idiot just didn't like it that he couldn't get a bribe from me. And you could see that from the beginning. Like, he was laughing nervously and mocking me when I said, oh, you just want to extort me. He was actually pissed because I wasn't licking his boots and offering him a bribe, and I had it all on camera, and he couldn't try and get me to do that. Always try and avoid, never let them search your car. You have a right in Mexico as well, under Article 16 of the Mexican Constitution. They cannot just search your car. You don't have to give them permission to search your car. When you lock it from the inside, the handle didn't lock. So I'm gonna look at the settings and see what's going on, because what happened is he reached in the window. I should have had it up a little higher. So I made a couple rookie mistakes there, because frankly, I hardly ever get pulled over down here. And I don't go out of my way. I don't try to be an activist in Mexico because people look at me as the foreigner. And quite frankly, when I publish videos like this, I get a lot of racist comments. Like, you're a foreigner, you don't belong here. Honestly, the same thing that I see people in the States doing to Mexicans when police abuse them, doing to Guatemalans, doing to people of other colors and nationalities when police try to abuse them and they try to stand up for themselves. And I see people saying, oh, they don't belong here. This is America. They have to respect our rules. The simps down here do the same thing on Facebook.
I think it goes without saying that America is probably one of the freest countries there is. was or ever has been. If your shit doesn't fly here, your pseudo law nonsense doesn't fly here, why would it fly in Mexico? He wasn't laughing ha 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 because he couldn't get a bribe. He pulled you over because he's like, that plate seems to be the wrong color for a plate. And when he pulled you over, you're like, yeah, it's a piece of paper because reasons. And he's cited a law. He wants to say, oh, it's for registrations and documents. And I take that law as anything provided by the state that you could reproduce. I'm pretty sure license plate is that. He wants to claim that even paying for that's extortion, but yet here he is paying for it. I believe somewhere, God, I want to say his Facebook or his YouTube page, they are now refugees and Mexico gave him refugee protection. Even though Mexico went out of their way to do that, he's still trying to fuck with them and sue them because he doesn't want to be held accountable. Like, this is the shit that genuinely pisses me off. He drug his family from America to Mexico to play the same fuck around and find out games, and now he's mad again that, oh shit, this is the second country that doesn't let me play this shit.
Within a few hours, I sat up there, they harassed me, they asked me questions, they tried to make me believe I was a criminal. Then they took me down to the jails. The jails were more like a jail that you would see in the 70s in the US. People say the jails are like the worst of the worst. Jails in the US are awful. I think it's human trafficking and abuse to lock someone in concrete cages for any length of time, other than just a very short period of time. That said, there was no security that you went through when you went in there. It was just like a big hallway with a row of cells and like open air windows with bars on them that looking into the hallway. I was actually probably only there for an hour. The jailers were jerks. They were making fun of the people coming in and stuff like that. So it was the typical low-class disrespect. So they like to act like they're respectful. You didn't obey the law. You didn't respect. But really, as usual, as when you sit in a jail in the States and you watch people feed in, it's the cops that beat them up. It's the cops that broke the law. It's the cops that didn't respect them 90% of the time.
And I personally think you're a fucking idiot if you refer to it as human trafficking if you get locked up in a concrete cage. Heaven forbid anything ever happened to this guy's family. Anything happened to this guy's friends. Pretty sure you're going to want that person put squarely into one of those concrete cages when in reality it's basically like a house, a room in a house with a bars on the front to make sure they can't get out. It's really nothing more than that. I don't know if he's checked out who rolls in the same kind of community or same thought process as him. You're probably going to want a lot of those people thrown in concrete cages. The whole 90% of the time it's the officers beating. I love when they step out of what they actually know about and step into something that I'm actually fully aware of because that's what I used to do for a job. I'm pretty sure we used to have it happen all the time. If a inmate comes in and beats the living crap out of an inmate, that's not the jailer's fault. That's not the police's fault. That's squarely on those two inmates who got into it. Working for 2 years in a jail, transporting people to prison. We transported to one prison that's gigantic and another prison two prisons that were kind of upstate, that were kind of less for violent people. Never once have I got somebody who came back and, oh, this person beat me up and he was a jailer. No, it's always, oh, I got there, I looked at someone funny, they punched me in the mouth. Oh, I did this to someone, I stole something from them and they beat the shit out of me. Never once have I had somebody come back and say, yeah, I was just randomly looking at the stars and just bang, got hit in the head. Do I think it happens? Yes. I think we can all agree that it does happen. But 90%'s being a little fucking dramatic by 80%.
I talked to the public defender. They did actually give me a public defender, and she was pretty helpful, to be honest. I mean, you got to take public defenders with a grain of salt. They get their paycheck from the same government as the prosecutor, all right?
I'm not going to go too much into this, but we all know that that is a complete sovereign citizen argument.
Because the tow truck companies give the police bribes to let them take the cars.
Look at all these stolen rigs that they extort people for. Finally at the yard, they extorted me for over 5,000 pesos, nearly $300. Obviously, that's not the going rate. The going rate to tow a car here would be like $100, right? So it's just pure extortion. Then they give a bribe to the police to help them do this.
Much like in the States, but here it's actually illegal to do that. It's all under the table, right? In the States, it's part of the system that they get to screw you over, and then some of it goes back to the government, etc. Tow truck drivers that work with police and government are car thieves.
All right, so that's not how that system works, the police and dealing with towing. I'm going to stop right here and and say that if you are a backwoods police department, state police department, sheriff department, and in your area there's a whopping one tow company, more than likely you're going to use that one tow company, and what I'm about to say doesn't apply to you. Now, if you are a city department where you have multiple tow companies in the area, in the city, I've had, from my experience, officers in other cities, random desk employees, random jailers, random police chiefs, random sheriffs, random head jailers tell me variations of the same thing. Either each call gets a different tow company, therefore never waiting to get towed, which is a great idea if you have that many tow companies. I've heard it goes weekly rotated, monthly rotated. That way nobody shows any favoritism towards any one tow company. And tow truck drivers can't just bribe you to take a car. Like, that's not how the system's built. I'm going to give you a few examples of cars that, yes, definitely will get towed. If you're a drunk driver, more than likely your car's going to get towed. If you're a sovereign citizen who just got their window blown out because you didn't have a plate, driver's license, insurance, or registration, yeah, your car's going to get towed. If you just ran from the police, your car's going to get towed. If there was something crazy going on, I'll give you an example where I worked. A car got shot up while somebody was in it. They are no longer with us. We had to tow that car back to the police station, to our Sally port, to be held for evidence. We didn't pay the tow truck company to go commit a shooting to then take the car. Like, his logic is so ass backwards. Again, I said at the beginning, he might be a sovereign citizen. I said in the middle, he might be a sovereign citizen. I don't know if he's a sovereign citizen at this point, but he's some sort of conspiracy theorist equivalent to flat earthers, where none of his conspiracies have any validity and they all fall flat. I was going to let him talk, but let me sum it up for you. If you don't follow the law and are held accountable, it's extortion. It's being a thief, which, again, makes no logical sense. He just likes to complain. Apparently, he's doing a live stream at some point to talk about this more in a Q&A fashion. I might have to cover that. But this is the video, guys. I don't ever want to cover this guy again. I might, again, hit that live stream if I can find it. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.